We have conversations really frequently about women's rights and women's reproductive rights only as it pertains to abortion. And I like that we're able to now introduce other facets to this conversation.
That's such a good point.
That don't have anything to do with abortion. Women's reproductive rights are not just about abortion. People who are anti-abortion are not necessarily, because I have friends that are anti-abortion that don't agree with abortion, but they would never vote for legislation that would inhibit a woman's choice.
Right.
Because it's not, at the end of the day, being pro-choice simply means that you're another woman's choice to make a decision for her body.
Yeah.
It's not pro-abortion. And so I'm happy that we're having more conversations around stuff like this, where these are things that actually can inhibit, because that's always the go-to, right? It's like, well, if you don't want to get pregnant, don't have sex. No, there needs to be more rules and more statutes in place to protect women from situations like needing an unwanted abortion.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? It's just, I love that this is now furthering the conversation around the importance of protecting women.
Yeah. I want to actually lead that into, just to stick on women and health topics for one moment. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes.
So for those of you who do not know, if you see a lot of ribbons, the pink ribbon specifically is for breast cancer awareness. And I really like that the conversation is being had about it. Mary J. Blige recently shared that she didn't even find out about mammograms until she was 40 years old. The conversation was geared towards the many reasons Black women don't receive the best health care. And while speaking, Mary J. Blige made it known that she feels as though we don't discuss such things in our community. She stated that she wasn't very knowledgeable about mammograms until 40 and was just like, I was in the music business. And she was trying to take care of herself. And when she felt her body starting to shut down, that's when all of those things were introduced. And I mean, I've been very vocal. My best friend just beat breast cancer, just finished her chemo, went through the double mastectomy. I don't even know all the words, goddamn. There's biopsy, mastectomy, mammogram. She's 35 years old. And so having to go through like choices beyond fertility because of how aggressive chemo is. And on my other podcast, y'all know I got 3, I've talked to so many women that weren't aware of the things that they should be checking until it's too late.
Right.
And so I just want to urge a lot of the women this month. There's quite a few sites as well. Health insurance does cover mammograms. And I think that a lot of you should take the time out of your month or time at all in your life to definitely just make sure you're getting tested and checked.
Well, get a yearly checkup with a gynecologist if you can. I mean, a pap smear will really save you a lot of time. And mammograms, they're not going to necessarily encourage you to do until you're about 40. So I actually don't think this is that far-fetched because I'm 35 and I know not
unless someone in your family has had it.
Otherwise, a lot of people are not necessarily inherently going to check to give themselves a breast exam or think to ask until they get past a certain age. But I do think that this centers around the conversation that we don't have often enough, which is around the fact that, especially as Black women, we don't necessarily want to trust doctors and trust the healthcare system and trust that they're going to give us the honest truth about the changes happening in our body.
Right.
Yeah. Right. It's just crazy to me because Mary J. Blige has been successful for a very long time, right? She was discovered as a late teen. And for her to still not have, because she obviously has the money to have the resources,
right?
But for her to still not have received the education about mammograms prior to 40 is incredibly alarming, and also just speaks furthermore to the disparities in the healthcare system as it pertains to Black women. Irregardless, I know that's not a word, but that's my word. Irregardless of whether you have money or not.
It ain't, friend. Miss Cleopatra then told us that it ain't no word.
Irregardless.
Have y'all been seeing Miss Cleopatra?
I love Cleopatra.
Oh, my bad. Cleopatra been giving us all the words. She's like, it's not Pacific, it's Pacific. Leave the ocean out of this. It is specific.
Not leave the ocean.
Why are y'all bringing the ocean into this?
Well, listen, Mariah Carey sang Irregardless, and
wait, did she
she's
say
a goat. Yeah, she used it in a song.
She's good. She's good to introduce words in a song. I remember listening to My All. She was like emblazoned in my mind, sis.
Wait, emblazoned?
She said emblazoned in my mind.
Wait, okay, maybe that was 2 words. Is blazoned a word?
Emblazoned. I said, what is this word?
Blazoned mahi. Oh no, that's blackened.
Emblazoned. I don't know if that's a word.
Emblazoned.
Alex, can you pull up My All lyrics?
Right.
I'm gonna tell you right now what she said. Mariah Carey, My All lyrics. Emblazoned. I'm telling you.
And Mariah said, I'm Mariah. So
Mariah
Mariah
has been doing.
But listen, to this beat, bitch, you can say any goddamn thing, baby.
Vividly emblazoned in my mind.
Okay.
This is
Vividly
emblazoned. Okay, now I need you to look it up. Scream Man, please look up the word emblazoned.
I believe in Mariah.
There ain't no way she just made
I
that
believe in Mariah, dog. I do.
Oh,
Yep.
it is
Emblazoned is a motherfucking word.
Right.
Conspicuously
Put some respect-
inscribed
put some
or
respect
display a
on.
design on. Well, can we see if she used it right?
Yes.
Go back to the lyrics.
Vividly emblazoned in my mind. Conspicuously inscribed in my mind.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Oh,
and she used it correctly.
I ain't
Mariah
gonna hold
is the
you.
GOAT.
Hey, ladies.
She's the GOAT.
Hey, ladies, let that man know they're vividly emblazoned in your mind. Okay? And when he ready to go in that pussy, say, I want you to be vividly emblazoned in this pussy.
in this pussy.
Jesus Christ.
I want you to be inscribed in this pussy,
All
baby.
right.
That sounds sexy.
Inscribed? That sounds really painful.
Inscribed? No?
I don't know. It feels like
It sounds like
tattoo.
etching when you
Yeah,
say
it feels like
inscribed. Like,
etching,
damn,
but-
you etching in my pussy now?
But I
You
like
leaving
that.
hieroglyphics on my wall?
That's what I mean. You
bro.
writing your name on these walls. You see now it sound. You get what I mean?
All right.
I ain't mad at it.